Hey guys, it is Wednesday here in West Virginia, and today we have another one for you. I know yesterday I said I would be back on Friday, but I got in my Diorama, the M2 Machines Auto Figs Release 13 Squarebody dually set, and I wanted to unbox it today. And these things are hard to get back on their base after you take the screws out, so I just figured I'd go ahead and do the unboxing while I'm doing the video, the official unboxing, the first one. And this is a really cool set. They're really cranking out these square bodies in these Autofigs dioramas. There's another single cab like this with the, I think what I call the trailer wing. It's brown and black. I think it's going to be in release 14. And then there's also the crew cab 4x4 that is red, and it's I think it says Freedom on the side, and it's got like a eagle and white print on the truck. It looks okay. And the brown one looks okay, but I'm not really too excited about either one of them. This one I was, though. And there's a new Macho Power Wagon that's green that looks really good. That one I want to pick up here soon before they get to where you can't find them or the price starts going up on them. Right now you can still get them for pretty much SRP, which is like 15 bucks, something like that, between 12 and 15, put it that way. So anyways, guys, we're going to take this guy out and look at him. I wish they would start doing more figures, though. These cowboy figures are getting old. At least this time they did not give us the guy tipping his hat. This guy right here. That was getting overplayed, and like every truck set they use that guy. This guy here, it's been a while. They used him originally as Carroll Shelby, if you remember. This is in the Shelby set from like release 1 or 2 with the 350, the GT 350 Shelby, the 66, I think it was. So now here he is again. He probably was in other sets too. That's just the one I remember because I had it and did an unboxing on it. So let's go ahead and get this thing out, which is kind of weird to get him out of here. I'll show you why I'm doing this live. All I did is cut around the back of the box so I could flip it up, because that's a little awkward to do on camera. So we got that out of the way where we could flip it up and see the other side of the truck here. Now, as you can see, it's got cardboard underneath. It's got this plastic PVC, and it's really awkward to try and get this thing out of there. And there went something. I don't know what it was, but oh, it's part of the engine, it looks like. Yeah, it looks like, let me try to get the zoom, or, yeah, it looks like the engine cover in the intake. So we'll check that out here in a minute. So anyways, as I was mentioning, these things are really hard to work with. So basically, when I get it pulled out like that, it is taped in here on the front of the box. So now I got it out. So that's why I said it's not so bad like unboxing, but once you unbox it, it's pretty much unboxed, and there's no getting it back to the original way it was. I guess you could, but it's just a big hassle, so I just figured I would go ahead and do this with you guys. So as you can see, it's just cardboard and then the plastic. There's 2 Phillips head screws here, and we'll take those out real quick. And if you guys don't know already, if you haven't unboxed one of these single cab dualies yet, the one thing that's horrible about these, they are plastic bases. And that is a big problem, especially when they were in the auto haulers, like 2-packs. I bought some Coca-Cola sets, and when I got them, they arrived broken in half because it's a plastic base, as you can see. But since it's out, you can see that you can kind of, after a while, it'll probably go right back together. I mean, you know, kind of seal up the gap there. So it looks pretty good. Let's go ahead and get these rubber bands off. And this one definitely needs a 1500 series rear bumper on it. Yeah, that I have on a couple of the crew cabs. I don't know why some of the crew cabs they released had the small bumpers on them instead of those big hitch-like style towing bumpers that are on the 3500s and so forth. But yeah, some of them came with the 150 bumpers, or I'm not 150, but 1500 bumpers. One of them is this guy right here, and they look really good on the trucks. Actually, it's a nice bumper, especially for the slammed customized ones. It looks really good. And this one has blacked out tail lights. Just making sure they're there. Yeah, it's just a little excess. No, that's actually one of the little lights on the back. But yeah, they kind of blacked out the tail light lenses, which looks pretty cool, actually. And there's the grill, and your cap comes off. Inside the bed is black, which is pretty cool looking. It looks better without the cap on it, in my opinion. But with the graphics, like, continuing on with the cap, it looks pretty cool. Yeah, I actually definitely am going to get rid of this big bumper and put a 1500 bumper on it. So, well, as I mentioned, once we got it out, it kind of went back into place a little bit. The gap is still there, but not as big. It's just going to take a little bit of finagling it. You probably could even take the base off and then put it back on, and the way you tighten it will also help close that gap a little bit. And then the figures. As I said, this last time I seen this guy, he was Carroll Shelby, but it may have been used since then. And they're just kind of glued on, taped on with some kind of adhesive somewhat. These ones actually go through the plastic, though. These may be a different way of the way they're getting them to stay on. Some of the early ones had glue. These still may have the glue, it looks like, a little bit. But what I do with mine, actually, is yeah, it is glue on the bottom. It's like tape. Yeah, like a glue adhesive kind of tape, thick tape to help hold their feet down. What I do is I take the PVC actually from the package, especially the flat pieces, and cut out rectangles or squares or whatever, circles, and glue the guy to them. Sometimes the glue I'm using is cheap Family Dollar super glue, so sometimes they want to slide around before they start to adhere to the plastic. That's why there's like smudges and stuff like that on my plastic. But yeah, if you have a steady hand though, and you don't try to let go of the guy right away, you can get a cleaner appearance, and that stuff works great holding them down. As you can see, I've done it to this guy too. And especially on dioramas like this where there's dirt, you don't really see it too much. Like if you're up close, of course, you're going to see the outline of it. On like a black tarmac, like I have at the dealership, which is basically just black poster board, you could see it a little better than you can on like the brown dirt kind of diorama base. But yeah, anyways, it's the best thing I've come up with to kind of glue them down. I even take my green light ones and cut those big bulky bases off the guys that green light has, and then I glue them to plastic like that. It's just a little bit better in my opinion. So that's it, guys. That's our unboxing for this M2 diorama today. We'll be back on Friday. I probably won't be back tomorrow, but you never know. I never know what I'm getting in the mail. But yeah, I probably won't be back till Friday to do our Free It Friday, although this whole week has been a Free It every day. So anyways, be sure to give us a thumbs up. It helps us move up in the algorithm. It helps more people find us, and our channel will grow, and that is greatly appreciated by me. It makes it worthwhile doing these videos. So guys, have a great hump day, and we will see you again on Friday.